How thin is the line between life and death? Has humanity, after centuries of searching, truly discovered the secret to immortality? On a morning in 2026, American President Donald Trump made an extraordinary statement that stunned the world. He claimed an experimental new drug could defeat death, bringing critically ill patients back to life. He asserted that patients, for whom even last rites had been prepared, made a full recovery after receiving this drug. But is this a genuine scientific breakthrough or a political maneuver? Today we delve into the truth behind this mysterious drug and the serious medical dilemmas it presents. President Trump made this controversial revelation during a special press conference at the White House. According to him, this success was achieved under the Right to Try Act. Signed into law in 2018, this act allows terminally ill patients to access experimental treatments that have not yet received official government approval but are undergoing clinical trials. However, the president failed to provide the name of the drug or any clinical data to support his claims. He described it as a miracle drug that the world had never seen before. Yet, the medical community views this statement with profound skepticism and astonishment. For medical science, which considers death an irreversible process, this is a significant challenge. Medical experts and scientists point out that curing a seriously ill person and reviving someone who is clinically dead are two fundamentally different matters. According to current medical science, there is no drug anywhere in the world that can bring a dead person back to life. As reported by the Associated Press, the president's statement has caused considerable turmoil within the medical community. Experts state that such claims create false hope among critically ill patients and their families. This statement becomes even more controversial due to several other decisions made by the American government. On one hand, the government speaks of miracle drugs, for which there is no evidence, while on the other, it is cutting funding for genuinely life-saving medications. Specifically, the reduction of public health funds for drugs like naloxone, which prevents deaths from opioid overdose, and the ban on federal support for fentanyl detection kits have drawn severe criticism from medical professionals. Looking at the data reports, in 2025, the number of drug overdose deaths in America fell by 14% to 70,000. This marked a continuous decline over 3 years. A primary reason for this success was the widespread availability of life-saving drugs, like naloxone and harm reduction tools. In such a context, experts argue that abandoning scientifically proven tools in pursuit of non-existent miracles poses a severe threat to public health. Doctors assert that promoting these unsubstantiated drugs by the government instead of strengthening real life-saving measures is dangerous. Furthermore, questions arise regarding the safety and efficacy of drugs provided under the Right to Try Act. Typically, a drug must undergo years of clinical trials before it can be released to the market. However, this act allows for bypassing that process if, as the president claims, there is a drug that can defeat death. It is the government's responsibility to present scientific evidence for it. Critics contend that statements made without such evidence are merely political ploys. Ultimately, the president's statement appears to be more of a political campaign than a medical breakthrough. While the dream of defeating death may be appealing to humanity, in the real world, lives are saved by scientifically proven drugs and sound health policies. A government's role should not be to speak of non-existent miracles, but to strengthen existing and successful life-saving methods. As 2025 data indicates, proper health policies can save thousands of lives. This conflict between science and myth will ultimately determine the fate of thousands. Even though we live in an age of advanced technology, it is our collective responsibility to distinguish between truth and falsehood. What are your thoughts on this controversial statement? Is it ethical for a government to promote unverified drugs like this? What do you think about the cuts to funding for real life-saving medications? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Subscribe to this channel to join us on our journey to explore science and truth. We will meet again with another investigative documentary. Thank you.